track position that is so valuable in this race.
And with this stage being 100 laps, a pit stop will be required. You cannot run it. So we've only seen one really cycle of green flag pit stops here. This new pit road or this entry in this long pit road. We'll get into all of that, but just keep in mind there's going to be a lot of positioning on the racetrack, a lot of strategy behind the wheel, trying to not use some fuel if you can. These drivers are going to be tasked with multitasking during this race and trying to keep a hold of their race car.
Watching a couple of guys from Front Row Motorsports up inside the top 10, Zane Smith, Todd Gilliland. Smith was great early and then faded, but he's regained some track position here. Chase Elliott front row with Chris Buescher.
And that 42, John Hunter Nemechek, third car on the outside. He just, the last 3 weeks, top 6, I mean, he's just continuing to run up front. Here he is again.
Here they are in the Echo Park Automotive restart zone. Stage 2 underway.
Start the 9-car Chase Elliott well clear off into turn 1. Can the outside organize for a big run down the back straightaway? Chase about a car length ahead as they're closing in on the 9. It's going to go up, block the top of the racetrack. Big crash.
Denny Hamlin involved.
Big
like
crash.
Noah Gragson, Austin Cindric. This is what we talk about. Compromise track position, and you get right in the middle of it. Look at some of the big name drivers involved.
I kind of have to see how this one started. I know that Chase was out to a pretty sizable lead, about 2 car lengths off of turn 2, and they ran him down quickly in the middle of the back straightaway.
It looked like a move was going down. Remember that yellow line at the bottom is out of bounds, so you can't really block a guy down there, but that's what it looked like. Looked like it was the 88 and a couple different cars. Denny Hamlin, the 1 seat in the bracket, sits here with a ton of damage. Let's take a look at it, Dale. What happens? This 88. 4th car in line on the inside. Notice the car in front of him.
Now they're into the fence on the outside line. They're just a lot of stack up and a lot of bumper-to-bumper contact. I'd like to see that again. So if you watch the outside line as they all kind of catch the 9-car Chase Elliott, there's a lot of contact right there. As Christopher Buescher lifts off the gas, the 7, all those cars behind him, they all just make, they just run in the back of each other. Big accordion effect. They caught the 9 so quickly down the back straightaway. And
so I was looking to the inside, but you absolutely were dead on. It was the outside lane where the wreck kind of started. Right, the 88 kind of catches your attention with the block at the bottom, but the wreck is on the outside of the racetrack. So let's look at that high shot again. Look in the middle, like the 34, the 11, those 2 cars on the outside, that bright orange 11.
They're going to catch the 9. The 17 is going to run up on the back bumper of the 9. He recognizes that. He lifts. No one else does. Everybody runs into the back of him, and it turns the 42 of John Hunter Nemechek into the wall, and then everything behind him just gets destroyed.
That's right. The 42 checks up. The 11 catches him. They both spit into the outside wall, and when they come back, it is a windshield wiper across the front of the field.
Nemechek did a good job to hang on to it here. I mean, bounces off the wall, and I thought for sure he would go around. 3rd car outside lane, but he's able to hang on to it. Reddick does the same, and then the crash is on behind him.
That was such a great shot as they were just coming at you. You see him kind of just dart out of line.
Oh, Kyle Busch just getting caught in the right rear quarter panel late. And this is another scenario where some of these cars, even though they're involved in the crash, may get fortunate enough to get away from this without a lot of toe link damage, things like that.
So just a quick reminder, you have 8 minutes if you're going to try to repair your car on pit road. But the big change this year isn't that. The big change is you can go to the garage area. You're not out of the race. There's only a list of parts you're allowed to change, but the list is pretty extensive. I believe a lot of these cars are going to go back, make repairs, and come back out in case we see some more accidents.
And, we got this in-season challenge going on. There's a whole lot to race for tonight.
Joe Logano got a lot of damage in this rig. That's how it all went down.
Team Penske sweeps the front 2 rows. They dominate stage 1. They get the win. But Ryan Blaney eliminated in that crash late in stage 1. And the other 3 caught up right here. You're riding with Daniel Suarez. is with high hopes after winning here last spring. Now we ride with Bubba Wallace.
Can he get it slowed down?
What a job.
We're not done yet.
Yeah, right.
He did a good job there.
Here you go. This is right at the front. Kind of the cause, 11:42.
It looks like Denny lets his hand bounce around in that headrest. So many hard shots. But it looks like he turns the 42, but there's contact in front of the 42 as well. The 7, the 42, all of those cars.
I'm trying to figure out why the 42. I mean, it wasn't on purpose, right? Like, why the 42's nose darts right? Is it off the rear bumper of the 7?
The 11's offset when he runs into the back of him.
Okay.
Kind of hits him a little bit to the left side.
Oh, boy. That ride right there can hurt as much as the wreck.
You ain't lying.
Starts on the pole, leads 51 laps, nothing to show for it for Joey Logano.
This is Austin Cindric we're riding with here. Oh, man.
Seas parted and closed instantly.
This is Hocevar right here. He went through this backwards at one point. He's putting his hand up there between his helmet and the headrest to sort of see that bouncing. That the next gen, when you bend and break things, this is sort of the way it rides when it gets back.
Probably got like half the field, didn't it?
So he's asking about the numbers.
Yeah.
So, why is Denny Hamlin still in there? So he can get out, but if he kind of stays in the car, as I said, this car is beaten, battered as it looks. He'll go back there for repairs. So he's going to ride back in the garage. He's going to take a look with his team and see if on the list of approvable items. Now, there are certain components that if they're busted, your day's over.
Yeah.
I like this change. I like that the teams can work on them, can repair. I mean, the fans bought tickets. They've come out here. We want to see as many cars on the racetrack as possible. When you have a big wreck like that, it can really limit the field.
It limits the field. That's the big deal for me right here at this point of the race is it completely will change what kind of race we'll see going forward. Now, there's still a lot of race cars on the back straightaway that are going to try to compete in this race, but that took out a lot of heavy hitters. It's Kyle Busch right here we're riding on board with. He needs a win to be able to advance himself into the playoffs. Almost through it, gets flipped in the right rear. Honestly, looking at the hits don't look too bad. I believe they can get tires on this thing, and as long as the toe links are straight, he can get out there and race and compete.
Well, you referenced the playoffs, win and you're in, but there are a number of drivers dancing around that cut line that have gotten some damage tonight. Had some rain earlier that produced our first red flag that lasted just over 14 minutes, and this early crash in stage 2 has got the red flag out. Again, 23 cars involved here, Steve.
And I think the real key is you instantly spin it forward and say, but look who wasn't. Elliott, Buescher, Gibbs, Zane Smith. I mean, this is a list. Haley, Nemechek, Gilliland. I mean, this could be the night, right? This could be the night that their careers have been building towards. Get that win, get into the playoffs.
You know about the big one at Daytona. You know about the big one at Talladega. We now got the big one at Atlanta, racing in the draft. And you know it can happen. Red flag is out again early in stage number 2.